Look at you hanging with me. So, hey, social media friends. Hey, how you doing? Doing good? Me, I'm doing fabulous. I'm doing great. It is Tuesday, Show and Tell Tuesday, and so this, you know how I just love hanging with you live. This is a 2-4. And so, because I hadn't been hanging with my other social media friends, I've been hanging with one particular social media friend. And so I said, well, if I do a pre recorded video, then, I could upload myself, like a Twix candy bar, two in one goodness. And, I could be here, there, not everywhere, right? But here and there. And so I'll be, hanging with my Facebook folks and hanging with my YouTube friends. And because you do know I do consider you friends. Now I've been hearing people say that I know everybody that you associate with. You can't call a friend, and and your subscribers. People that click in to hang with you, spend some time with you. They ain't your friends. They just subscribers. Let's agree to disagree. Yeah, because the way I see it, if you sharing some time with me and you friendly like that, you don't know me much, right? And I don't know you at all. But yeah, you friendly enough to share some time with me. Because you could be hanging with anybody else, but you decide you want to spend some time with me. So we friends like that. And so today is Tuesday, August the 25th. It is the 237th day of the year. I just love this calendar. I got to get another one. And we got 128 days left. What you gonna do with the rest of your days you got, right? Because we don't know how many days we got to live. So what you gonna do with the rest of your days? It's a rhetorical question. Don't much want to know the answer, but you see what I've been doing? Just being too much. Uh-huh. I pimped out my driving gloves. It say carpet fit, but because I'm gullible like that. They say, it's supposed to help with your arthritis pains and it got that compression. I said, okay. I'm gullible enough to believe it. And so I said, well, let me pimp it out. Because the way I look at it like this, people be thinking, I'm a sheeple. Think I'm a sheeple if you want to. Because if you like, I'm just walking down the street, minding my business, and you know how these no good people out here try to grab my arm. You ain't gonna grab my arm and try to drag me away. Because look, I'm fighting back. Right? And so today is Show and Tell Tuesday. And so you wonder why I got this on, right? So remember when I had, because how I had told you how I'm hooked, right? I'm just hooked on this crocheting business, right? And remember when I had showed you I had made this a while ago? But guess what I did? I got some um, tags to put on it, and I added tassels to it, right? And ain't it just so cute? I think so. So I did that. And you wonder where I got it from? You know where I got it from. I got it from Amazon. I get everything from Amazon. And remember when I had made this one? And guess what I did? I got look. Is it a little crooked? But it's handmade. Look, even if it might be a little crooked, but look, who of us who of us is perfectly straight, right? We are all, you know, a little wayward, a little crooked. No one is perfect. So, but it's about as perfect as it's gonna be. And ain't it just so cute? I think so. And so I like this so much. I had another idea that. Hold on, I want to show it to you because I got my busy can, right? I mean my busy bucket. I got a busy can, but I got my busy bucket, and so um, you see this strap, right? So I had got some colors that I was going to crochet, and And so, but I had in mind that, I want to do this again and, you know, make it a little bit different, right? And so, I I was crocheting and I made it a little, but it didn't quite turn out how I wanted it to turn out. So I might try it one more again. Yeah, cause I had it in mind. I wanted it to be more like, you know. So I gotta work on my configurations. Just 3 wide strap colors, but it's still cute. And so I'm wondering if do I want to order me another strap, or I could take this off and put this on, and ain't that cute? Yeah. But I might just end up crocheting me a strap. So I've been busy. Like when I've been hanging with you, I'd be busy crocheting. And so I haven't. I finished this up because remember when I was showing you this lovely chartreuse. See how I got it down, right? And so I've been busy crocheting this, and ain't this just so cute? It's so adorable. You're like, why you got those clips on there? Because I got a sort of size. But I had, I crocheted a strap, right? And so it's gonna be a lovely, you know, crossbody once I, finish my sort of size up and put the straps on. And ain't that just so cute? Yeah. And so maybe I should just go not buy another strap, but perhaps crochet a strap for this one and make it maybe. Do I want to do black and white, or what do I want to do black, white, and red? Make it 2-tone or 3-tone? I'm not sure. Should it be 3 different colors, or just black and I don't know. But yeah, I'll probably just go ahead and crochet a strap of this instead of buying, because I do have, a lot more of this, thread though. And so yeah, I just wanted to show you that, what I've been doing. And I'm thinking of, because I am a freelance laborer. I'm thinking about, look, you want to put an order in? I take custom orders. Yeah, you can order one of these. I'll crochet you one up. Um, my own special creation. Or you can look. It's as simple and easy as that. Like, ooh, I like it, but I ain't trying to spend the money. And, right? So, you sitting there watching TV anyway, right? So why don't you buy some thread, a crochet hook, and just be crocheting, and then before long, you can make your own, very own, customized, right? Put your cell phone in here. Yeah. And so that's what I've been doing. I don't know which one I like. Well, I do know which one I like more. I like this one the best. I just love this one. This is my favorite one right here. Especially since I put the tassels on it. I just love these tassels. Okay? I had to show you that because I just love showing off. I be showing off for the Lord. And I was like, God, I want to show off to some people. And so that's why mainly I do videos as a time capsule for myself. And, because, I'll be going out there in the streets. I'll be hanging. Look, I'm a friendly person, but I'm not a people person. I'll be hanging with people in them streets like that. No, I hang with you. And so it's super duper early in the morning. Yeah, and so having my first cup of Joe. Mm. And I was gonna, hang with you for a little while, but I got crocheting to do. I just love crocheting. That's my. I got so many hobbies. I just love staying busy. While I'm sitting down watching television, and then I'll just be crocheting, and then when I get bored, excuse me, I'm flustered because I got attention deficit disorder. I'd be like a butterfly. I'd be like, oh, I'm bored with this. I'm gonna do something else, and so then I get busy doing something else. And then when I get bored with that, then I go back to crocheting. And then when I get bored with crocheting, then I go fiddle around in my garden outside. I got some new features outside in the garden. Yeah, because I was thinking about that King Solomon. King Solomon was quite excessive. And I said, I get up and I go to work every day. I don't need it, but I want it. And so I just spend my money on frivolous stuff. I mean, you got to spend it on something. Why not spend it on something that puts a smile on your face? And so my encouraging word to you is don't let nobody tell you what you can do and can't do. If it makes you happy, do it. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, you know how people, they'll look down their nose at you. You know how people, everybody got a, don't worry about nobody say or think about you. Because if God woke you up, live your best life. Because you're not here to stay. I keep telling you that, right? We ain't here to stay. We don't know how long we got to live. But I was thinking about this. I don't know how long I got to live, right? But let it be said, I lived a good life. Look, I don't know if God gonna let me live 20, 30. Good Lord just might let me live 40 more years. Well, if the good Lord let me live 40 more years, then that'll make me 100 years old. Ooh, do I want to live to be 100? If Butler lived to be 100, then I want to be 100 too. Well, then, but if Butler lived to be 100, and then that'll make me 95. Yeah, I wouldn't mind being 95 years old, and Butler, he 100 years old, and we just, we seeing some changes going on. I sure would like to, but I don't know if I want to live that long. Cause these aches and pains of old age. What? Ooh! Don't let me get to being fast and showing off. Okay, well I wasn't gonna hold you long. I just wanted to, show it off to you. Yeah, show off my creation. It's you know how they say Taco Tuesday? It's Show and Tell Tuesday. Okay, talk to you later. Have yourself a great day. Bye.